In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the 2-year ownership review of my Triumph Street Triple RS. As you already know, I don't even have to say this, but I absolutely love this motorcycle. But we're going to put on the gloves now and take off because there's a lot to talk about. Gorgeous day. When I purchased this motorcycle back in 2020, approximately 2 years ago, there was the KTM 890 Duke and a couple of other things, in my opinion, which I made a video about. Things you must know about the Triumph Street Triple RS before you make a purchase or something like that. I forgot what the title was. But nowadays we got a lot of new bikes that are coming out, that are out, including Triumph's new 1200RR, which I'm very interested in. But that being said, as of this video, my Street Triple RS has about 6,000 miles. But I'm also sharing miles with my R6, as well as all the other bikes that I've ridden in these past 2 years. Plus I had cars and whatnot. But I've had so much fun with this motorcycle, taking it on so many track day events. Not only that, but just thrashing it around every single second I get on the street. What I particularly like about the Street Triple RS and about the Triumph brand in general is that they make motorcycles for gentlemen who also want to be hooligans. And that describes me very well. There are days where I just want to be a hooligan and I just want to like whip on the throttle and make a lot of noise with the motorcycle because it just pumps me up and makes me feel alive. And then there are other days where I just want to cruise. I would say thrashing on the throttle and making a lot of noise is how I mostly ride this motorcycle. As you may or may not remember, if you're a longtime fan of the channel, but whenever I got the motorcycle in the beginning, I tested out 3 different exhausts, and I ended up choosing the Leo Vinci exhaust, which I still have on the bike. So with that being said, the motorcycle sounds absolutely ruckus. It snarls, it barks, on aggressive upshifts, it spits. Hopefully you guys know exactly the kind of sounds I'm talking about. The spitting part might get you confused, but if you've ever ridden or seen a Ducati V4R with the full-on exhaust system on upshift that makes that little spitting sound, kind of like that. Take a look at my Ducati V4R video to see an example of what I'm talking about. But yeah, this motorcycle is obviously, comparison to the V4R, there's nowhere near it, but that spitting sound it makes, it just screams race bike, and it's very exciting and exhilarating. After 2 years of riding this motorcycle, what I absolutely love about it is that it gives me so much excitement off the line. I can take off so quickly off the line because of that massive torque in the beginning. As an example, woo-hoo-hoo! 0 to 60 in, I don't know, 3 seconds? Who cares? It's too fast to count, but you get the picture, man. So we are lane splitting at the moment, and this bike has no problems lane splitting, in case you're wondering. But here in California, lane splitting is allowed and it's legal, and considering there's so much traffic here, I love lane splitting. So you might wonder if these bar and mirrors allow you to lane split or not. Yes, they do, to answer your question. I've had other people ask this question as well. Definitely allows you to do that. But getting back to what I was talking about as far as the engine note, the characteristics of the engine, how much power it delivers, how it delivers the power. Going back to the Triumph Moto 2 engines that this derives from, Triumph specifically built the Moto 2 engines for the Moto 2 motorcycle races. That's under MotoGP, or Dorna I should say. It's a good reason why Dorna has chosen the 765 Triumph platform for their Moto 2 motorcycles. Number one, it delivers power in every single RPM, in every single gear. There are absolutely 0 dead spots on this bike. Off the line, it's got a ton of torque. It's not something that's lacking at all, and it's not something that I'm bored of. On the other hand, going back to my Yamaha R6, off the line, that motorcycle isn't as exciting as this one is. And when you couple that with this ultra smooth, quick up and down shifter, you get a lot of performance from a 765 engine that delivers anywhere between 115 to 120 horsepower. I forgot exactly what the figures are. It's been such a long time, I haven't looked at the figures. But 2 years later, am I bored of this motorcycle? I'm absolutely not. In the first year of riding a motorcycle, back in 2019, I believe, or 2020, between 2019 and 2020, I think I probably had like 6 or 7 bikes. I was going through bikes like underwear. It's not that I was bored of them, but I was in this phase of just like, everything was just so brand new to me, and I was riding so many different motorcycles from other people who I was reviewing, from dealerships, from people who were loaning them to me. But my own motorcycles, they were changing quite a lot as well, as I bought so many different kinds. Like I said, if you're an OG of the channel, you already know about the history of my motorcycle ownership. I had 2 Ducatis, 2 KTMs, I currently have an R6, this Triumph, and a whole bunch of other stuff I've owned. But I didn't really get rid of them because I didn't like them, except for that F900, which I swapped for this motorcycle. But there have been no regrets at all. One of the key reasons why I swapped the F900 for the Street Triple RS was because the F900's engine pretty much sucked, and the quick shifter was garbage on that. But although it was a very pretty looking, modern looking, with modern electronics and a beautiful TFT dash and everything else, it was just lacking in a lot of other areas. So the Street Triple RS was the answer to all the problems I was having. Number one, it's got an amazing brake system. I went to Auto Club Speedway with this motorcycle, and it gave me tremendous confidence. I braked as late as possible. I was going as fast on the corners as the leader bike guys, and in some situations faster than them. Of course, on the straights they killed me, but that's to be expected. It's a naked motorcycle. Besides that, this is a perfect track weapon, although it's not my preferred track weapon, simply because it's a naked bike, and quite frankly, I didn't buy it for the track. I bought it for the street, but I wanted something that has a lot more performance than, say, an average naked motorcycle. I would put the Triumph Street Triple RS as a better than average naked motorcycle on the market at the current moment. Yes, you are paying a little bit more for it than other bikes, but you're getting quality components. And when you feel this motorcycle underneath you, when you ride it, you can tell how quality everything is. Triumph makes motorcycles for gentlemen or people with very good taste, or both. If you're a person who appreciates sophistication, style, and a lot of nice features, then the Street Triple RS is for you. And that's particularly what attracted me to the brand. And now I'm just so addicted to it, like I just can't get myself away from it. Now you might be wondering why I haven't gotten the Speed Triple RS, and I think I made a video about that. I just can't justify paying that much for a 1200 RS when I already love my Street Triple RS. Woo! Those downshift blips, man. Anything of concern? Let's see. There's a little rust, like where I'm pointing right here. There's a little metal piece that's holding up the brake line tube, and that's rusted. That's one. Number two, these mirrors have become a little bit wobbly and loose. And that's from, obviously, it's from riding the bike and wear and tear and everything like that. Besides that, the kickstand, I think, needs to be greased up because it doesn't fold down all the way unless I really tug at it. Let's see what else. It's only been 2 times that I've ridden this motorcycle where it shut off on me. Like, literally shut off on me. Like, it's never shut off on me on the highway, but it's always been at slow speeds. When I'm doing somewhere around 20, 25, 30 miles an hour, and I'm upshifting or downshifting, I forgot exactly how I could do it. I've never been able to replicate it, but it has shut off on me, and it was concerning to me in the beginning. Since it's only happened 2 times, and I've ridden this motorcycle hundreds of times since then, it's not really that big of a concern, and you don't hear too many people talk about it. Reliability wise, it's been pretty reliable for me. The only thing I don't like about the motorcycle is that I'm not able to reset the service inside of the computer. Like, you gotta actually take this to a Triumph dealership, you have to plug a computer in and reset the service interval. So if you're the type that does your own oil changes, well, my friend, I gotta tell you, you won't be able to reset the service interval on the computer screen. You gotta take it to Triumph to do that. And some of you might say, oh, you could just go to the computer screen and there's a button you can push. Well, in my situation, that button does not work. And that could possibly be because the last time I was at Triumph, maybe they made an update to it to kind of force you to take it to dealerships to get your oil changes and whatnot. But I don't really know. But as far as the annoyances or things that have gone wrong in this motorcycle, that's the extent of it. There hasn't really been anything else that's alarming or things that I need to worry about or to fix or repairs and whatnot. No warranty issues at all either. All right, one of my favorite destinations. Like I was talking about, hopefully you guys can see it. Do you see the rust that's right there? I haven't left a motorcycle out in the rain or anything like that, so I'm surprised that this is rusting right here. But that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope it was informative for you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if I should upgrade to the new 1200 RR. That's Triumph's new baby that just came out, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but I can't separate myself from the Triumph brand at this point. Alright guys, until the next episode, I will see you later. Take care. Ciao for now.